So this beautiful rug came in the other day, and I'm gonna change how I do things a little bit for this one. Just it's a lot more delicate than most of the ones that come in our door. So I'm gonna do some air dusting on it, so no vacuuming, no aggressiveness happening in the shop today, except my coffee drinking. That's always aggressive. So what I'm gonna do, I've got, as you could hear, the compressor was running, charging up, and getting all built up. So what I typically do, but it's getting cool out now, I don't like having those doors open for too long because I like my climate controlled shop. Getting pretty picky on what I like now. The older I get, used to not mind the cold temperatures. I don't know if that's age. Just knowing what you want and what you don't want. I'm gonna open up the bay door so I can, if there's any dust that ends up coming in, I can make sure it goes outside. Got the commercial air fan going. It'll give us a bit of airflow, push that outside. This is just compressed air into the back or into the face yarns of it. Just blow it in, and this has got about a... Man, these batteries are not the greatest. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna pick up a battery pack that I can put on to one of the cold shots on the camera, because man, when you're right in the middle of recording a shot and she goes dark, that ain't fun. Anyways, back to doing some dusting. So this is the surface of the rug, the face yarns, and I'm just gonna do some pressurized air. It's a little bit easier on the fibers. Make sure that you're not distorting anything with a vacuum. So this is probably just the best way to do it. You can tell even just by dusting the rug how bright the colors end up turning. She's cool on the back and hard on the knees. Man, a lot of complaining today, yeah? Want to get all all that dry soil out of these fibers as much as you can before you start administering any type of moisture. Yeah, you can tell it's forcing a bunch of that out. Bunch of that dry soil out of there. Beautiful rug though, isn't it? You don't always have to submerge every rug that comes in. It doesn't warrant it, or it just does not want to do it, and you're listening to what the rug is telling you. I also want to do a color fastness test on this. See how it's going to react to any product. That dust is blowing right out the door. I can feel that high volume of air pushing everything out. Quite a bit collected on the back of the rug. Beautiful. Let's take you for a little ride. So we're going to take this onto the what kind of helps when you kind of see that. I didn't screw that jack into the housing of the remote. That might help. I am going to close my door and shut off this fan. So what we're going to want to do is do some color fasting checks to see what we're looking at for how this is going to accept some chemistry that we're going to mix up. So we're going to mix up what we're going to be cleaning on it, which is a very mild, super mild product, and I just love working with it. It's really, you can expect the results out of it, and I think that's what I like the best out of it, is that you know what to expect when you use the product. That consistency is there, which is what you want when you're cleaning rugs. And you know what I don't have is all my white cotton cloths. Doggone it, are needing to be cleaned. So I need to mix up a little bit of product, and then we'll just do a little bit of a test clean. Give it, I'd say maybe 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes, and then check the cloth and see if there's been any dye transfer at all onto the cloth. And then that'll give us an idea of the color fastness of the dyes that are in the yarn. And if they're not, then you need to move to a different step to make sure that you, sorry if I'm clunking around, move to another step of making sure that you rinse off all the fugitive dyes that are going to want to float off as soon as you administer a little bit of moisture. You want to make sure that those are released and you can remove them, and then kind of like a dye locking product. Is that what you call a mordant? I think I don't remember the name of it. I should know that. Mordant, which is what they use initially to kind of piggyback the dyes, the vegetable dyes, into the yarn to make sure that it adheres to the yarn to give the color. So there's other mordants that you can make or that you can apply that kind of acts like that from the initial dyeing process of the yarns. I think that's good. So I'm just going to put a little bit on, obviously the reds, where it's really red. These ones, it's red on there. You got the pinks and the blues and the browns. So what I'm going to do, for one, just see if anything's going to start moving around regarding dyes. So this has got the solution that I'm going to be making to clean this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a bit more on there. Let's go. Find the cleanest spot on this cloth. And I'm just gonna put that there. And I'm gonna put some pressure on there just to give that a bit of a chance to do its thing. That kind of makes sense? That before you start doing, there's a lot of rugs that you kind of know what to expect. You know what the outcome is going to be when you start putting some products on. There's pretty consistent products that we use for different rugs, and you know the outcome of it because these rugs are either been washed before, so you know how to really treat them. But some of them a little bit more trickier. You want to make sure obviously that you don't cause problems. You're there to correct problems. But the great thing about having a facility to be able to bring rugs in and clean them, not clean them in the house, but clean them in your own facility, is because you don't want to be doing this at your client's home. And what if you need to, what if something happens where the dyes start to run? They panic, whereas you know that you can correct it as you're going along. But why do that to the homeowner? Because they want the finished product, which is what they're hiring you to do. So this is all the background stuff that happens at the facility to make sure you're testing correctly, making sure the dyes are color fast, building the chemistry that needs to be done to each rug. Each rug is specific in what it requires for chemistry to be cleaning it. So that's what you do at your facility, is you bring the rug in, you do a thorough inspection, and as you're doing the inspection, you're starting to put a formulation or a process together of how you want to best care for the yarns that's made this beautiful rug. Getting organized, just not where I want to have it. Oh, you're gonna get a kick out of this. Yesterday I was thinking, because I've got a couple different types of machines that I use for when you apply the chemistry. Whoa, where are you going, camera? When you're applying the chemistry and then you start agitating, because you want to make sure that you agitate the rug or the fibers so that you can get the best process that chemistry is wanting to do. It needs to work. So that's part of the oomph that you give to the chemistry, is by agitating it. So that's called a Cymex. That's a planetary machine that rotates in different directions. Also, there's a CRB, counter-rotating brush, that has two long cylindrical brushes that move in the opposite direction. And then I have a couple other machines around. Let me just see here. This is kind of chaos right now. I have an Orbot Vibe, which is absolutely amazing. That's one of my favorite machines. And then a couple of rotary 175 RPM machines that are really good for hard surfaces, really good for carpeting too. Short nap carpets, fibers. But I needed something that was really gentle, really super easy on the yarn, that it's not going to cause a lot of distortion. Sometimes you need maybe just a nice little brush. Like a hand brush or something like that. So I also have like a nice soft bristle brush that which I might use for this one. It's really easy on the face yarns. Then rinse it out or do whichever. But what I was getting to is I looked on Facebook for just a small rotary machine that can do what I wanted to do. And this Hoover, it's got two brushes on the bottom. You can interchange these. Very cool. You can interchange these brushes and put on pads, and I don't have those, but I mainly wanted it for the brushes. So you've got that, and this thing is probably built in the mid 50s, and it works like a charm, and it's so easy. The bristles are really nice and soft. What do you think about that? Just a funky piece of machinery, and I hope I'm working half that hard when I'm that age. Whew. Okay, let's check and see what we got for transfer. That's been long enough, I think. Like I'm getting 0. And I know it's yellow. It's a yellow cloth, but I don't seem to find any type of dye transfer onto that cloth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up a bit more of that solution, and I think I'm going to bonnet mop it. So what I also got is a sheepskin pad that I can put on another machine that I've got, and I'm gonna like bonnet, clean it, and then this will do the extraction of any soil that's in the fibers. I'll do it that way. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. I think. See, you're changing as you go. What you think you're gonna do 1 minute has obviously changed the next minute. It all just depends on what that rug is screaming to be cleaned like. So it tells you. I tried to explain that to some people, like customers. Say, well, the rug's gonna tell me how it needs to be cleaned. What does that mean? It's gonna tell machine pad is the one that fits this. Mind you, it's a little bit heavier, so that might not be the right one. This is an Auric. Oh my word, an Auric Orbiter. Great little machine as well, so versatile. There's so many different things that I use that one for. Really great, super easy to use, really nimble. Is that a word? Nimble? Super easy to use. It's not heavy, so you can use it on fairly delicate kit. And for car. Missing semi truck. Okay, here we go. I think this rug is going to turn out just beautiful. So this is an interchangeable thing that you can have, so you can put this, which is a bristle type of a head, and then this is a driver block that this goes onto, and then you tie it with this little bit of cord, tightens it all around the driver. And I think this is going to be the best way to deal with this rug. It's all having the right tools for the job, and it's not always a one and done type of a tool. Because you need many different types of tools. Got my nose sniveling. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is going on with me? Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit more in this. A bit more product in here. I'm going to fine tune this one. Boy, when you feel this product, it just feels so really smooth, smooth on the touch. And some products are like gritty, and you can tell that it's more aggressive. But this product I'm going to use is definitely not aggressive. Super easy on the fibers. Cleans up really nice, like what I said. Dependable, predictable. That's good. Where's brush. Man, I sure put a lot of steps in this shop. You sure get nice and close and you're down and dirty with these rugs when you're doing it this way. But some of them just require just a soft touch to it. Can't be really aggressive with them. It's very brightening up. See that pop? Popping. Now I'm going to put some fringe cleaner on this separately because the fringes are going to need to be touched up too. It's got a little bit of wear around like the binding, like the edge of the rug. Eventually we'll be getting into that. It's a whole other service in itself. That type of repair, the fringe repair, backing repair, binding. So what do you think about this type of cleaning? You know, it's not as aggressive or as flashy as the other types of cleaning, but tell me what you think, what this type of care for the rug. And if you got any recommendations on how you can do this a little bit better. I'm always wanting to learn from other people. There's so many knowledgeable people in this industry. It's so good. And that's the whole part of it, is being able to learn and teach and train and help each other out to become better. Let's see how that comes out. I doing with my big old clunky boots on here? Oh, disrespectful. It's my work boots, not made for this. Wow. I can sure see the colors starting to pop just from that. You see that? Might be hard to see on the camera, but those colors are really starting to pop. That lamb's wool is so soft, so easy on the yarn. Then you combine that with the real easy product to apply that's nice and takes into consideration all the sensitivities that you might run into with these face yarns. Mild cleaning product. Yeah, that's beautiful. Wow, that turned out really nice. Yeah, that turned out really nice. Let's see. So I had another little pad here. Oh, I think I took it home because we have, at our place, we've got some viscose rugs that, yeah. Don't get me wrong, beautiful rugs, but just, it needs a certain patience and proper cleaning. I've got one in the drying room right now. Big viscose rug. That turned out really nice. But then again, you just need the right products, the right systems, and then you can do the right job for the rug. But I took one of those other lamb's wool pads to our house, and then I can use it there. I just want to go over this once more, and I may buff it out again with the lamb's wool. scrunched up, not how I wanted it. There we go. Yeah, that's all I wanted. Just that extra little oomph. Oomph. So I need to mix up some of that fringe cleaner. So this is what I end up using. That's backwards, isn't it? Chem Max is a phenomenal, that's my go-to product. Just because it's really good. It's exactly what you need. There's an array of different products that they carry for whatever situation you may run into. And I just keep on going back to it's dependable. Like, you can depend on it, it's predictable. You know what to expect for the outcome of these products. And that's what you kind of want as a cleaner, is that predictability. Because then that gives you that confidence, knowing that you can attack the rug in a way that specifically suits. So, I don't know. Custom designed. Don't need very much of this. Do not need very much of this. This will just keep it from, well, because there's a couple of spots on here that I can see that needs to be treated, but it also keeps it from doing that browning as it dries. It tends to want to brown. So this reduces that chance. May not eliminate it, because you just never know the odd time it may react. Maybe a previous cleaner who did this rug, or any rug, not just this rug, but previous cleaner that does one and leaves product, or high pH, or whatever the case would be. And then what I'll do with this is I've got a little portable extractor that I'm going to extract these fringes. I think, like where we live in Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada, there's some area rug cleaning companies well, they're mainly carpet cleaning companies, but there's not really very many that just specialize in area rug cleaning, because it really is an art in itself. It'll take lifetimes to really understand and comprehend the chemicals, the chemistry, I guess it all depends on what you want to learn about. You can learn the heritage of some of these rugs, where they came from, who would have made them, what tribe or country they came from, village. That's just the one aspect of it, the history of it. But there's also the selling of rugs, that you want to invest in something that has value, or that's going to keep appreciating in value, which is there's a whole other world out there that people just buy these beautiful tapestries for an investment. Well, that's when you go back to some of these early tribes and stuff. That was sometimes used for currency and trading. So there's obviously value in some of these rugs. How the heck are you doing, brother? What a pleasure. Oh, it's about time. I spent a lot of time doing that. Well, look at you, brother.
What the heck?
Holy smokers.
Get down here, man. How you been?
Really good. Oh, man. Good to see you. I'm going to shut this thing off. So that battery, tell you, these batteries, unbelievable. So what I'm doing now is when I was cleaning the fringes, I touched a little bit of the face yarns and it rinsed out really nice. So it's reacting really well with the cold water rinse extraction. So I'm gonna do that over the whole rug because it's just leaving it really nice and clean fiber from the other product we put in there. So it's rinsing out really nice. And then I'm gonna do one more application of the fringe cleaner. And then we'll get it in the drying room. All the colors are staying really nice and intact. No bleeding, no transfer, no crocking. Definitely by hand, this one. I'm totally gonna block the camera. Beautiful rug. Patico.
So what's going on with Tony McVeigh's thing? And I was like, oh, I'm so glad you called Patico.
Okay, I put some Haitian cotton fringe cleaner. Yeah? Oh, crap. Come, you gonna come back here when you're done? Yeah. So I've already, this is the second application of the fringe. It's not a fringe cleaner. I already pre-treated the fringes, but this is more like a cotton cleaner with a brightener in it. That's really, it's safe for the fringes. Otherwise you get a bunch of other issues with it burning the fringes and breaking them down, which is not what you want at all. So this will kind of brighten them up a little bit as it's in the drying room. I'm not using any water to extract. I'm just extracting, I'm vacuuming the residual moisture that the product left behind. When you come back, give me a call. Okay, I'm gonna take you in. What a great guy. Looking after me. Project manager. We got a few rugs already in here, and I think I'm gonna put it over there. That was smart. Here goes my battery again. Sure like these racks. Turned out really nice. Super easy to get rugs onto. The lighter rugs. It's got the 6-inch corrugated tubes, like for drainage, and then I've got 2x6s inside of them to give them that strength. Otherwise, it would fold in half and land on the floor. Yep.